So we're back with the Broalition, continuing week 52 of Vacation Bible School. Feels like it.
It's almost a whole year now.
Has it been? Really?
Week 52. I mean, that's getting close.
Yeah. No, it hasn't been that long. But we just it got to the point where we just wanted to take a break from all the political talk and just get in here. So it's three angry white guys talking about stuff.
It's true.
And watching videos and having a good time.
Privileged white guys.
And I'm trying to do the weird stuff, and you guys are doing the normal stuff, and so we've been having a lot of fun with this.
Normal stuff.
Well, Jr.,
I'm doing obscure stuff, not weird, but obscure.
Awesome stuff from the '90s.
I'm gonna this song even tonight. I know he's not going to like it because you won't be able to understand it. So that's why I do it. I do it to try not to get any chubbies. So if you're new to us, we pass out chubby kitties as a reward.
We don't do that during these videos, though.
No. Not during these videos. We just kind of react to these videos.
You can watch our other videos for that.
Tonight we're watching Dax and his remake of Oliver Anthony's mega hit.
True story.
Did you see that? Speaking of Oliver Anthony, he was on Joe Rogan last week.
Yeah, I saw a part of that.
Read the Bible on Rogan's podcast.
Bible. Yep. And then he threw all the conservatives under the bus.
Yeah.
Well,
And in the midst of reading scripture on Joe Rogan, said he had no interest in going back. Not Joe Rogan, but whatever his name is. Had no interest in attending a church again.
Oliver Anthony said that?
Yes.
Well, did not know that.
He's the Antichrist then.
Well, he's super popular, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's true.
Would the Antichrist be a ginger?
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. But who knows? We got till September 23rd to figure this out.
Apparently, if you're searching YouTube and you search September 23rd, it's a rabbit hole you might not recover from.
I'm going to get back in. I'm going to try it.
You better get all the watching in before the 23rd because something bad's going to happen after that.
Well,
yeah.
Dang it.
Let's watch this. I'm interested to see this. Should be good.
Dax.
Better be good.
He does viewer discretion advised. He drops the F-bomb.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me, people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is.
I've heard this song before.
Oh, it is.
A few times.
Living in the new.
And a reminder before we get started, don't talk loud now because the volume's way up, but we pause, right? I actually saw somebody else have to explain to his viewers the other day, we will get copyright strikes if we don't pause every once in a while.
Right.
And talk about it.
It's true.
And people have a very, very hard time understanding that.
So if you want to watch the video in its whole, I'll link it below.
Right.
Otherwise, we're going to pause probably 3 times in the song.
Because we have to.
Yes, 3
Not
minutes.
that we want to. I would watch it and then we just talk afterwards.
One of these days, we
that.
will actually start monetizing these videos, and at this rate, we will not generate anything. So,
right.
Just like we do now.
Exactly.
World with an whole soul. Richmond, North, Richmond.
Sped him up.
Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Canada.
This world has changed and I had to accept it. They ask my political views while I search for their hidden agendas. I don't got an answer, I try to remember the devil divides. Pressure appears from our peers. Those arguments waste our time while helping to push their lies, so fuck political views.
Ouch.
I got common sense. I know God made man, and the sun sets on a life where we focus on things that we cannot control and accumulate so much regret. By the time we decide to live, we're practically already dead. So I go to sleep with the thoughts of 45 years living in debt, 45 years can't pay rent, 45 years just for a pension. I'm too old to enjoy and go spend 45 years working and slaving for rich men with no time for my family and friends. Then I wake up and pray that it ends.
That's a great point. Right
All
there.
of his lyrics are great. Man. I listened to him a lot the last week. Let me turn this.
Yeah, and when he drops the F-bomb here, I'm not offended by that.
No.
Because, it's just like, I wouldn't say that, but if you wrote it down on a piece of paper, I would sign it. Yeah.
Or maybe you'd even read it in context, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he makes a great point. I heard somebody else talk about this week. It's weird. Is that you work your entire life to get to the point to where you can finally retire, and by the time you retire, you're too old.
You're too wore out and too old to do anything.
To actually enjoy your retirement.
Yep.
And it's a great point. I mean, you need to go out. You need to live your life now and do the stuff that you want to do now and have fun now and enjoy life. And people just get up, and I understand they have to do it, especially in this economy. But they get up and they just go to work, and then they go home and they're exhausted. And there's more to this life than just living or dying.
There should be.
There should be.
But for millions and millions of Americans, that's,
Well, but a lot of it has to do with our spending, and we get ourselves in just a tremendous amount of debt, and we work our entire life trying to get out of it.
Well, there was a lady on TikTok, it went pretty viral, where she was crying in her car talking about, she's a single mom. She has 2 kids. She gets $300 a month on child support, and she said she has like $2,500, $3,000 a month in bills. And she goes, I have to work basically 7 days a week to afford just my car, my rent, and food. And then she goes, my daughter has braces. I can't afford the braces, so we got to go back to have the braces taken off because we can't afford the payments on them. Oh. And she's distraught. And how many people are like that are trying to make ends meet, but they just, they've gotten to a hole, and you get into a hole in this economy, you're not getting out.
And like what he's talking about here, you got these multimillionaires who live in Washington, D.C., who are telling us how we have to live. And I'm like, F them. I first of all, I think they're all lizard people and robots.
They're aliens.
Yeah.
I think they're robots because you've seen Schumer and McConnell both malfunction live. But
pulled the plug.
I think people just ought to live their life, and I don't ever begrudge somebody doing stupid things and having a good time, and because you just get to the point where you're going to be too old, you can't do it anymore. And that's a great point. I'm surprised he brought that up in there. Yeah. Interesting.
He said something there. When he dropped the F word, he told them to F your politics, because what he said he had was common sense, which is something that neither side of politics have anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You notice what he did there? If you, as an NF fan, you would notice what he's doing.
45 years of it. Yeah, just like
NF. Where NF got to say 30 years 31 times, he said 45 years over and over again.
Good collaboration there.
Oh, yeah.
That would be really
Hospen
good.
did really good.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I like this guy.
Yeah.
Enjoy and go spend 45 years working and slaving for rich men with no time for my family and friends. Then I'll wake up and pray that it ends.
Living in the new world with an whole soul. The rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Descendants of Adam and Eve, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. They're taking God out the schools. Our kids don't know what to believe. From 6 to 18, the curriculum fails, and Gen Z gets taught by their phones with forced feeds that get sponsored and paid by companies. That's how they attack us. It starts with the youth. If you lie enough, you'll convince anybody the lie's the truth. So telling these kids they can choose their own gender at ages they can't even tie their own shoes. Drive or drink is crazy. Common sense isn't common unless it pays me. That's the thought process daily. Look at the content we're creating, lies diluting our brains. I'm done trying to argue online with these people who think that a vote's gonna bring about change. How many presidents does it take to have a life worth living? An actual comfortable wage. No more school shootings. Let's unite these states.
It's a damn shame.
Great lyrics.
Yeah. Like.
Wow.
I don't even know where to go back to on
He's
that.
got a, is it like Method Man kind of tone? Is that what it sounds like? The way he
a little bit, the way he
enunciate-
kind of,
yeah.
the way he flows.
Well, I mean, from a Christian perspective, people are just naive to the fact that you're dealing with principalities and powers, and you're dealing with people who sit in large rooms around large tables, and they make these decisions. And if you don't, I'm not doing like an Illuminati or anything like that, but if you don't think there's like a world agenda, I think it's interesting that every time you see like any kind of James Bond movie, any movie out there, there's always some shadow organization that's out there. And it's like you can't have it that many times without some kernel of truth in there somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
And movies and video games tend to be right in there. It's just like the whole AI thing is kind of ramping up right now. You can't run a search on Bing. By default, my work computer uses Bing to search.
Right.
I can't run a single search without a huge pop-up and slide down saying, hey, why don't you search with AI? I have to hit it every single day.
Because they
and say
want
no.
you to feed this machine so it can be smarter.
And they take over.
Eventually.
And then they decide we're no good for ourselves.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to be the iRobot thing eventually, and
Or
it's going to be
Terminator,
like Captain America, and and we're going to take out these threats before they even start.
Yeah.
And so the AI goes, peruses my Facebook post.
Yeah.
And
And
goes,
it's like,
you're a danger.
yeah, you're a danger. This guy
Absolutely.
could be a danger. This guy needs to be eliminated, and that's what AI is going to do.
Yeah.
And then he said it really well too, where he said that our schools are failing our children, and that this is where they're getting all their education from.
Right.
And all that is corporate sponsorships. You know what I mean? Like it's paid ads and all this stuff that is designed specifically for them and targeted at them.
That's why I like how he used forced feeds.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what.
And
it is.
it's not the teachers instructing the students anymore.
Yeah.
And it used to be where you go in and you have that classroom time with your teacher. Now they're being instructed by everybody else and everything else out there. And it's being pushed. There's an agenda.
There is 100% an agenda.
That's why every single major corporation in America has been taken over by liberal, because there's an agenda. And it's just Christians especially are naive to the entire thing. They just think they're operating in a vacuum and none of this stuff. It's just like, dude, there's some nefarious forces out there who are really trying to destroy you, and they purposefully are trying to do it. I mean, my God in heaven, they released a freaking bioweapon on us.
Yeah.
To,
And everybody's just like,
to stop an election.
yeah. And they're going to do it again.
They're about to try it again.
Yeah, and if you don't, I'm serious, if you don't think these people would eat your children in front of you to get their way, you're wrong.
I was telling you at dinner on Sunday, the company one of my boys works for, as they've already heard from the upcoming down that mask in place is coming back
it's
to
gonna
their
come back.
department store.
The question is, how far do we let them go this time?
Yeah. Well,
We have to do something
we
about
thought
it
that
this
last time
I know.
too.
We have to do something
But
about
we did
it.
our own little thing.
Yeah. But I mean, we as a country, we got to stand up and be like, no, we're not going to do this. It's stupid.
I'm already. I vaguely posted something to Facebook a couple weeks ago after visiting our local Walmart, and everybody got it because I was there, and I bet 1 in 20 people in that store were masked up again
Here we go.
while I walked around for half an hour.
But what was funny was after COVID, everybody came out and all these reports came out basically saying that the masks were ineffective.
Yeah.
And now we're going back
That's
to them.
what I don't understand.
The boosters have been ineffective, but we're going back to them.
Yeah.
And they're just going to. It's funny how
And people are
this
just falling
COVID
away.
outbreak happens every 4 years. That's just so
it
interesting.
is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, if you're watching, click off of the current feed over to videos and scroll back 2 years ago, and you'll see that we said all this 2 years
It
ago.
is true. We were
Oh, we were way ahead of the
we're
game.
mind readers.
We were. Keep
right.
going. This is good.
To have a life worth living, an actual comfortable wage, no more school shootings. Let's unite these states.
It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to for people like me and people like you. Wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an old soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control.
Great video.
Yeah, he did well. He did well on that.
And one of the things that, as we close this up, one thing I want to end on a note of encouragement is like, you think if you watch the media and you watch the news and all that stuff, you think everybody's at each other's throats, black and whites are at each other's throats and all that stuff, and you just, oh man, I go to Walmart, I go to places, black people, Hispanics, we all get along, we all talk, we all laugh, we all cut up, and they're very polite. I'm polite to them, and we're just Americans, and they got to keep manufacturing this stuff.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta have a cause.
Right. And that's
They
what
have
they're
to have a
doing.
cause.
But you get around normal Americans of every color,
Yeah. Just
and
American.
they're just good people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot more good people out there than what you see in the BLM riots and Pantifa and stuff like that. I mean, there's a lot of good people out there, and these people need to come together. And so well-meaning, good intentioned people need to stop voting for people because they always think that, oh well, they used to be a party of the little guy.
They're not anymore.
They're not anymore. They're the party of these wacko nuts out there.
I mean, when you can watch Bill Maher, and you can go, wow, he's kind of centrist now. No, he's not centrist.
No,
he's
not
still
at all.
left.
He's way left.
He's just not he's not near as left as what these other people are, though. Like,
right.
You can watch him and be like, oh, wow, he actually making sense.
Right.
Because he's left, and he's way left, but he's not what's out there now with this whole woke crap.
And you always talk about this extreme right, and it's like, I've been a conservative for a long time, a Christian for a long time. I have never met, in my entire life, I have never met a neo-Nazi.
Nope.
I've never met a militia member. I've never met any of those people. Seriously.
You would think we would.
You think we would, because, we're a bunch of white guys.
Of course, we're probably considered that, so.
But I have met
True.
extreme leftist in my small
Yes,
circle.
I have.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so you got,
but not an extreme rightist.
we got somebody in this town who thinks they're a cat. I mean,
It's true.
so this is a great video.
Yeah, good video. Good job, Dax.
That's a horrible still.
Yeah,
there.
it looks like he's getting ready to like.
Yeah. We don't want to stereotype here.
Is that better?
I
You
just
see his chest now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's it right there.
All right. On that note, we're gonna leave before Mike becomes gay. All right.
Too late.
See you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.